Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? Yesterday I think we have discussed about the Hirsutolone B. How to synthesize that Hirsutolone B, what are the important characteristics of that Hirsutolone B with their retrosynthetic analysis and how actually it is synthesized in the laboratory by using the proper reagent and maintaining as a reaction condition. How would we get that in the high percentage yield, and what type of the thing or what are the important point should remember as per as a student point of view is concerned. They should adopt the different named reaction for making carbon-carbon bond formation, as well as how to maintain the stereochemistry during the synthesis, as well as keep the chemoselective reaction in mind by selectively converting one functional group into another, keeping all other thing intact, and we must get high yielding product in enantioselective. So that type of the discussion we were discussed in our previous lecture. Today what we are going to discuss, see over here. So we are actually learning MSc second CCTP 10, the previously known as CHO 450, which is belonging to organic chemistry, and the semester number 4. The name of that course is a chemistry of natural product, and among that, in every course has two sections, section first and section second. First section we are discussing, so there are few molecules. Number 1 longifulin, number 2 is a Hirsutolone B, and number 3 is a ribosins A and B, and number 4 that is for self learning, that we will going to discuss after the completion of this. So today we are going to discuss ribosins A and B. Again, ribosin means what? It is also as a natural product, and natural product, the applicability or the medicinal point of view, how these natural products are important, that we already making a statement repeatedly or again and again when we discuss the During the introductory part of each and every molecule, we are describing its important characteristic or the important feature of those specific molecules. Here we are going to discuss about the ribosine A and B. What would be the structure of ribosine A and B, from where it is derived or from where it is isolated, how it is characterized, what kind of the biological activity it shows or it exhibits, why the scientists get attracted toward this molecule, which is the important point, which is the important characteristic which attract the researcher toward the synthesis of that ribosines A and B, and this ribosine A and B, the structure, its characterization, as well as its retrosynthetic and the synthesis in the laboratory, the description or this paper was published in JOC. JOC means Journal of Organic Chemistry. The volume number 84 and page number also given, I think 50,165 to 15,172, near about 7 to 8 pages paper it is, and it is a very good paper. The title of this paper was given Chemoenzymatic Synthesis of minus ribosines A and B from dibenzobdifuran. This is a short but sweet title was given to this paper, and they have described each and every point so that the student can think over more and more logically toward, or they have described why they paid attention toward this synthesis, the reason behind it, the moiety that molecule has, the carbon skeleton or the molecular architecture. Due to this, because depending upon their structure activity relation, that can exhibit or it will be a medicinal value. It can act as a drug, and as we know that drug is nothing but one is an addictive substance or the material. If it is taken in a small amount, it can act as a medicine, but if it is taken in a excess amount, it can be dangerous to the instead of curing the disease, there is a possibility of side product, a possibility of adverse effect on human being, or whatever you can call it as a, on living thing or living organism. And here chemoenzymatic, enzyme means it is just a enzyme. You might have heard this word, which is generally used in the enzyme is act as a catalyst for protein synthesis, and protein are which are generally obtained from the amino acids. There are near about 20 amino acids, and which is a building block of the proteins. And while synthesizing, enzyme can be act as a catalyst. It is a natural catalyst. So for biotransformation, such type of the catalysts are used, and they are highly selective, or what we can call it as a highly specific. Stereoselective we can call it. Stereoselective means what? We are going to get the highly desired product. There are a number of products are there, but using a specific catalyst that enzymatically, it will produce only selectively that product or the isomer which is needed, which is required, or which is useful, or which can act as a drug, or which is beneficial for the living organism. And therefore, the title is given chemoenzymatic synthesis of minus or plus. You might be knowing these are the symbol or the term used. Minus means levorotatory and plus means dextrorotatory. Minus means levorotatory, it is the experimental quantity which is used in a organic chemistry, generally optical activity, for determining that the one of the experimental quantity or the property used in the organic chemistry. Minus means that molecule is optically active in nature, which can rotate the plane of polarization through counterclockwise manner or anti-clockwise manner, and that's why it is known as a levorotatory, which has a specific rotation toward the anti-clockwise manner. And ribosins, it is one of the natural product which is isolated from that nickname of the, because these natural product mainly obtained or isolated from various parts of the plant, and ribosin, the name itself suggests it will be obtained from phenylene ribis from that plant. A and B, the structure, whenever we are going to observe that structure, we will find the major difference between these two molecule or two compound, why they are called as A and B. from dibenzobdifurans. Furan, we know that it is a 5-membered heterocyclic compound. Di indicate as a 2. Benzo means benzene ring. 2 benzene ring fuse along with furan moiety, and that's why the general name of this compound is called dibenzobdifuran. And this title or this paper were described by different author. The name of that author, or what we can call it as a scientist, Bayod Dr. Sharma Yandi, MC Given, CJ, Stevenson PJ, Heroin P, and Alain CC R. This paper was published in 2009. The name of that journal I already told you, that JOC. It is one of the very high impact factor or well reputed international journal, and the volume number also provided here 84 15,165 to 15,172. And as we know, the structure of the molecule decide what kind of the property they are going to show or they are going to exhibit, because most of the derived drugs, depending on their structure, whether they are biologically, whether they can show biological activity or not, that depend upon the what kind of the carbon skeleton or the framework present in that molecule, and which property or that relation is known as a structure activity relations. So that is a very important point. When dibenzofuran sees a dihydrodiol, let me draw one simple intermediate, or what we can call it as a precursor. From that we come to know that what kind of the carbon skeleton they have. Observe the structure carefully. Here see, there is 2 hydroxy group, vicinal hydroxy group, that is called as a diol, and this is a one moiety present in the structure, which is a benzofuran. So this is a benzofuran, but 5-membered heterocyclic ring which is present in the structure in the middle. On 2 sides there will be a 2 benzene ring fused like this, and when this, from this precursor or from this starting material, if you do 9 steps, after the 9 steps, using various reagents and the reaction condition, after a 9 step or more than 9 step, finally they have derived or they have obtained the product, and that products are known as ribosine A and ribosine B. Let's see observe these two structures carefully here. This is the structure which I am representing over here. Look at, this is a benzene moiety. This is a benzofuran moiety. Here alpha beta unsaturated type of the structure over there. Here methoxy group which is above the plane. One is a hydroxy group which is shown dotted line which is below the plane, and one more hydroxy group which is above the plane OH. If you observe this structure very closely or carefully, the name of this structure minus ribosine A. Ribosine A. This is a structure of ribosine A, and after adding 9 reagent and the reaction condition maintaining properly, they had derived the structure, and that the structure you can see over here. Let's see, I am showing this structure here. Once again C double bond O alpha beta type of the structure. Now this methyl group which is above the plane which I am showing over here, and here just OMe, another methoxy group which I am showing over here, and this is a hydroxy group which is above the plane which I am representing here. Look at here, what is the change you can observe in the structure. Second, ribosine A only at this hydroxy group. Look at here, these hydrogen atom get replaced by methyl group. That is the change. All the other part of the organic molecule remains as it is. That the change you should remember forever whenever you are going to show. This is a structure of ribosine B. This is a structure of ribosine B. This is a structure of ribosine A. Look at the difference over. Only I am pointing over here, underlying here OH. Instead of that H get replaced by the methyl group, and that's the structure will show you the different physical properties as well as chemical properties, because due to that small change made in that molecule and how they can be. If you observe this structure carefully, in our previous lecture or in our previous molecule, when we have described molecule like longiflorine, after that hirsutolune B, there we have learned the main objective. There are different named reaction for the formation of carbon-carbon bond formation, that are the sum of the named reaction were involved while synthesizing longiflorine as well as hirsutolune B. That kind of the approach, whenever we are going to synthesize some natural product on your own, we can follow those methods which were used in the synthesis of longiflorine as well as hirsotoluene B. But while studying this molecule at the beginning, if you observe the structure, this is the starting material, or what we can call it as a precursor. From this precursor, we are going to get these are the final product. Final product means these are our target molecule, one which is a ribosine A and second which is a minus ribosine B. Here in the after carrying out the 9 steps, we derived, we obtained these product, or they had obtained these product. I don't think there will be the approach of breaking or making carbon-carbon bond. That is the prominent or the significant point you should note here. That is a noticeable point over here. There is a, while synthesizing this ribosine A and ribosine B, no bond forming method or bond making carbon-carbon bond making method or carbon-carbon bond breaking method, I don't think that is not utilized, that is not used during the formation or for the synthesis of this molecule. What do you think? Because we are going to discuss the 9 step by step, but here remember, there is whatever the approach we have used during the synthesis of longifulin and the hirsotoluene B, that approach in this synthesis we are not going to follow here, are not such type of the situation or the condition by looking the precursor and the final product. Here no bond making or breaking observed during the synthesis of this longifulin. That is one of the noticeable point you should note down here, or you should remember over here. And now, and they have described, they have abstracted this, because it is how to the one of the objective or the aim of this kind of the molecule included in the syllabus. The student should acquire, student should able to do the research in future, and after doing their own research and where to publish, how to publish that new research, so that type of the technique student should get on their earlier stage, so that their research attitude in the young mind will develop in a proper age, so that they can hunger for new research and by following, by including such type of the papers in a syllabus. That is, I think, the main objective to introduce such type of the molecule in the syllabus at 4th semester MSc second for the student, and which is introduced by Savitribai Phule Pune University Pune. That is the main reason, I think so. And that's why how to present that paper in the good journal like as a GOC or some other. So that's the samples are given over here. Cis dihydroxydiol derived from monocyclic aromatic compounds are valuable chiral pool intermediate for the synthesis of cyclic natural products. A drawback of this approach to the synthesis of polycyclic secondary metabolites is that the additional rings must be annulated. To date, relatively few chiral natural products have been synthesized from polycyclic arene cis dihydroxydiols. Fungal metabolites ribosins A and B have now been obtained by functional groups manipulation of a major tricyclic arene metabolite obtained from toluene dioxygenated catalyzed regioselective and stereoselective. Remember, these are the words frequently we are using while studying as organic chemistry. Regioselective and the stereoselective. Regioselective means what kind of the reagent? Wittig reagent which we have learned in our previous synthesis while studying as a hirsutolene or as well as in longiflorine also. Wittig reagent, which is a reagent, is known as a regioselective. Regioselective means what? The reagent which is attack at a specific region the product is obtained. That type of the term is called as regioselective reaction. And stereoselective reaction means what? After adding the reagent we are getting as a different product, but out of that one should be the major. So that kind of the reaction are known as stereoselective reaction. For example, asymmetric propane further treated with the HBr, it produces the two products. One is a 1-bromopropane and another one is a 2nd bromopropane, but second bromopropane is a major product. That major product is obtained according to the Markovnikov's rule, and Markovnikov's rule is according to as a Markovnikov rule or that statement about the addition reaction. For asymmetric carbon atom, what the Markovnikov rule tells us that? It tells us that, or the statement of the Markovnikov's rule, in an addition reaction, negative part of the reagent or the addendum attached to those carbon which carries less number of hydrogen atom, and according to that we are getting. And that the statement he made, this statement he made on the basis of mechanism. And as we know that mechanism is a language of organic chemistry. Language means to communicate with other, or whatever feeling or whatever you want to say, you should express your feeling in your own word, and that feeling should get third person, or that the person which can understood very well through medium, that medium is called as a language. And therefore organic chemistry mechanism is a language of organic chemistry. Those are the organic chemists, or those are the chemists knows the mechanism, they can predict the product perfectly because they are knowing the mechanism behind it. So that's the reason. So let us come back to our original point where we are discussing about that stereochemical words like as a regioselective and the stereoselective. Just now with the help of example we have explained that one. Now let us see the remaining original point. Cis dihydroxylation of dibenzobutyrane. Dibenzobutyrane, which we are so what type of the starting material dibenzobutyrane, so that is name is given to that. The synthetic sequence were marginally shorter than the alternative routes using monocyclic the synthetic sequence were marginally shorter than the alternative routes using monocyclic arene cis dihydroxydiols and required no carbon-carbon bond forming reaction, and that already I have explained during just now. So these are the some of the introductory part which we have discussed over here. I think with this let us wrap up today's lecture. Have a nice day. Thank you.